Bah. Bah.
I'm gonna fuck your bitch when you go to bed. I'll be fucking your bitch under your bed.
What up, guys? It's James Rico, and you're tuned in to the Boogeyman behind the scenes. Let's tap into it.
So we went to the studio session with DaBaby, and he played a bunch of records, and all of them were fucking fire. Excuse my French, but they were all good records. And this one in particular was named Boogeyman, and we were in the studio listening to it super late, like you know, our brains already all over the place. So when he played it, we just instantly kind of created this idea of him playing Boogeyman. And working with DaBaby, he's just like a guy that is able to unlock and be any character and create characters because of his personality. So it was super sick to like collaborate on this idea with him and James Rico as the creative team on this project to make it happen. And it was super sick seeing the Boogeyman come to life in our world, in our way of creating the Boogeyman.
I was looking at how we would like to light our scenes, and my preparation was really just working through with Gonzo to figure out, you know, what are the actual scenes, you know, what are the actions, how are they getting away, how are they being captured, and I obviously want to put my own, you know, touch on it as I begin to, you know, get myself into the feature film world. So, you know, Baby, he owns an Alexa Mini LF, which was super dope to be able to use his equipment, and we use signature primes on there. Those lenses give super crisp images, so we had to soften the image just a little bit. We used some filtration just to like break up some of the highlights that were coming through the windows. We knew that we're gonna have hard lighting, so we want to soften those things out. Again, my preparation, I just watched a bunch of horror movies so that I can kind of get more inspiration of like what I want to do, you know.
We already knew we needed dialogue because the idea of the video was these teenagers stumble across a haunted house, and me and Rico kind of gave these characters Jacob, Richard, Morgan, James, and Eli. We gave them all a personality that we saw fit. Jacob was, if you guys caught the hint, he was like inspired by Shaggy. I was a big Scooby-Doo fan growing up, and watching Scooby-Doo and a bunch of scary movies. We're going to movie theaters watching like movies like Black Phone. We watched a movie called Men. We watched Scooby-Doo episodes. We watched Stranger Things. You know, we were just passing information along, me, Rico, and the team on shit we were getting inspiration from.
Well, this was the third video that we've done now with Baby. He hasn't technically rolled out his project yet, so you know, we've been listening to all sorts of music, and relinking with him has been super special. Definitely have missed him creatively, artistically. Like, he gives us so much energy, and he lets us do so much cool shit, and we're always really grateful. And he's a great close friend, and so to be able to work with someone that I have a relationship with, I feel like Baby brings the best out of us, and we bring the best out of him. He's taking big risks with his content, and I mean, that's why he's like a superstar, and that's why he's gonna keep becoming a bigger star, because of the things that he does. And you couldn't ask for a better artist to work with, you know, when it comes to being a creative and directing, you know, videos. And, you know, we're inspiring to become feature filmmakers, so it gives us a lot of chance to take risks and experiment with things that we want to do on the bigger picture. Baby's always super involved. Like, everything that we do, we like double check with him that he understands what's going on. He has good input, and we trust his ideas too. So it's on set, if he sees something he doesn't like, he's gonna speak up. After talking to him, you know, post video, you know, speaking with him, he felt like we did such a good job at like speaking our opinion, making sure that we know that he has a high standard. So you know, him being involved is something that we always cherish, and he's gonna say something if he doesn't like it, and he's always gonna try to get another take. Let's do it again, and he's gonna put himself in a position to where he's gonna possibly, you know, we never want him to get hurt, but he's gonna take the risks and like do stunts that like other artists will be uncomfortable to do.
This one was, you know, just me stepping up in that role and learning a lot. And this is my first time as a director dealing with heavy dialogue, probably a minute intro if you guys see it, if it's when you guys see it, minute intro, and then like a 15 to 30 second outro. And just planning the day around that, because these actors, you know, they never really met each other, worked with each other before, so working them as a director was a challenge that I feel like I did a good job, but I could always get better at. It's never like, I'm just one of those people too that would always want to get better at something, you know? That was probably something that I learned, was just like patience and understanding, like, you know, we're trying to make movies, so we had dialogue and a music video still to shoot, so it's like putting that all into like a 12-hour day, even, you know, it was longer than 12 hours, but putting all that putting all that into a 12-hour day is a challenge, but Real Ghosts, we're up for it, and we want to show to the fucking world that we can do it.
Something I learned on set is just like, again, patience with actors. Like you gotta be patient, you gotta coach them through. If you don't like something, you gotta keep coaching them. Some of these people were like first time, you know, actors, but we love their look. So it's a challenge, but it's really dope to be able to push them and make them comfortable. So again.
That's my baby. That ain't the baby. That's my baby. That ain't the baby. That's my baby.
Oh, I got that. Let's go.
I was really just trying to check if you there.
You got it on film.
I got the whole thing. Let's go.
My favorite scene to shoot was when DaBaby was under the bed as Boogeyman. That was so fire. Like when he came out, he's like, I got everything in me tight. Like the bounce he did on the first try, because he can knock it out the park usually on the first try for sure. It was just so like, I don't know the right word, but it felt like that was the one we should be using in the cut. Supernatural, like just, it was, I think it's gonna go viral. I think it'll be a gift, like one of those things you see on Twitter for the next fucking year. Cause like, he just played a cool Boogeyman, man. That shit was like, it was sick.
I think my favorite scene was probably the living room scene. We got to experiment a lot with camera. We did a lot of wiring work in there. So, you know, we had a great Steadicam operator that came through for the love. His name was Donald Turner. And he added some value to that whole scene by doing some cool Dutch things that we wanted to do. And originally we were just going to do it with shoulder, but, you know, he hit us up last minute. It was like, hey, I'll come through. It just added that much more production value to everything. So I think the living room scene was probably my favorite. Outside of that, I mean, each scene was special to me, so, you know, it's kind of hard to really know.
My favorite character was Boogeyman, but I would say Richard because like he was like the gadgety tech nerd Ghostbuster trying to hunt for paranormal activity and ends up getting captured in a cage playing with, you know, evil twins while Baby's performing. And I thought that whole like story was sick, but damn, I can't lie, Morgan's scene getting pulled under the bed was fire too. It's hard to say.
think one of the things that I'm always learning on every set, and for young filmmakers to understand that everything takes so much time to like really execute, from lighting to production design to stunts like wiring work. And in pre-production, I was vocalizing to, you know, our crew that it's gonna take time to get these things, and it's not gonna be a rushed thing. We have dialogue, we have stunts, we have tons of things that we're trying to doctor up a house, production design-wise, to make it look a little bit more creepy. So learning from the past, like how long things take, you know, we knew that we're going into a very ambitious day, which ended up being a really long day. I think we showed up some people showed up at noon. Me and Shaq showed up at 10. We didn't leave the set till 6 a.m. Some people left at 7 a.m. So it's a very long set, and you know, learning that sets take a long time. You just got to keep a clear head and just be patient and hydrate, and try not to get upset when things are going a little bit slow, because it's a part of the process, you know.
Pre-production is so important as a director, as a producer. Like, planning the days before the shoot is like super valuable, because you just feel more confident when you literally know what you're getting into. And like, I don't know, like if you are really truly prepared, they're like you would already think about the fires on set that may happen because you were just overly prepared. And that's like the type of preparation that honestly a guy like me who's super deep in my mind and like deal with my own little anxieties, like that's the way I like to go about shit, because like I know that I can't control everything, but if I properly plan, like I'm ready for those uncontrollables to happen and handle it well. So
it came together pretty fast because we do a lot of pre-edits. Again, great tip for anybody out there going into a production where they have a lot of shots in mind. It's always nice to like put them into a pre-edit, a pre-visual, and like see how the timing's working out. So then in post, you're like not taking so long to turn it around. You know where clips are gonna go, you know where shots are gonna go. And the only thing that we really had to do is tweak some things left and right based off of the action, you know, that we got on set. So the editing for me was super quick, and I think now the dialogue scenes are the harder things to edit, because you want to make sure that people love the scenes. The sound designing is something that is like super important in the beginning and end. So those are always fun to play with. And you know, the biggest tip again that I could give to anybody out there trying to make something bigger is having fun pushing things a little left, a little right, a few frames here, a few frames there, and it really makes a huge difference. I just really look forward to the future of Real Goats. I just think that it's gonna be super special, you know, and I see it, I know it, and it's just a matter of time for us when all of a sudden people see the Real Goats logo on a Netflix, on the big screen, and they're gonna see it a lot. So I'm super excited to see that.
The Real Goats, shout out James Rico for killing it, DP, co-director. Shout out Spicy Rico for killing the producer role. Shout out my young goats on the rise, Sway Shields, he was the PM. Shout out Brian Garcia as an LP line producer. Shout out Cosmic for doing DIT. Shout out Phvzes for the BTS, because like this VHS BTS he did is crazy, and I can't wait for the world to see it. It's gonna be mixed up in this. Shout out to the art department, Carlos and his team. Shout out to the G&E team, Pablo. They killed it. It's like Pablo's been killing it for us on all levels of production. Shout out the whole cast and crew for making it happen. Yeah, and shout out DaBaby.
I definitely want to thank all the crew for their patience. I feel like something that's super special that we've been working with recently is Pablo, Lit by Drip. If you don't know who that is, go check him out on Instagram, Lit by Drip. Pablo is super fire, and he's like an incredible gaffer. He also DPs and directs and produces on his own. So he was someone that like had my back every shot. Was like making sure that things look the way they need to look, nitpicking and shit like that. You know, shout out Gonzo, shout out Spicy. Gonzo's like a super creative that I think is gonna keep pushing himself to continue to learn, keep getting better and better, and his creativity is already there. So I'm excited about seeing him continue to direct. I'm excited about seeing Spicy continue to handle big ass like productions, because he's a producer that, you know, I really want people to understand that Real Goats can produce well. Thanks guys for watching. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming. Be patient with us. Hit us up on Instagram if you need anything. All you artists out there that are watching, just know that if you come to Real Goats, you're gonna leave with something super special.
Boogeyman, guys. That's a wrap. Thank you for sticking it out with us. Round of applause to Real Goats and everybody who helped out today. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work. Get out here and thank you guys. That's a wrap. Round of applause for Rachel Mary Kay on the amazing special effect. That's a wrap. Round of applause. Hey, round of applause for fucking Ace. Fucking with it one time. Round of applause for my boy Jay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Round of applause for my boy Spicy. I think he has something.
Look here, bitch. We've been on set for 25 hours. I can't feel my goddamn face. Directed by the Real Goat. Starring the Boogeyman. Baby on Baby 2. Bitch ass nigga. Let's fucking care.